name is Darragh Doyle. I'm the Communications Manager of Boards.ie. I'm a Twitter addict. I tell very bad jokes on Twitter, which I'm sorry for. I'm also a sometimes event and charity blogger and help people with their social media. Boards.ie is about 11 years old now. It started out as a site for gamers who were playing a game called Quake. In 1997 or thereabouts, there was a lot of players in Galway playing Quake, so they started sending each other emails and connecting that way. And then that list grew from 5 to 50 to 200. So they decided to get this newfangled technology called a message board going. And they got the message board going, which was where people started talking about Quake, and the worst possible thing happened. Quake 2 came out. So suddenly you had all of the Quake players and then some people playing Quake 2, who were talking about Quake 2 in the Quake 1 forum. And all of the people went, no, this is for Quake 1. Go over, we'll make a Quake 2 forum. So they did that. And then people would come in and go, God, I had the worst day in work. And they go, no, Quake 1 and Quake 2 only here. We'll make a work forum and then a family forum. And from those 4 or 5 forums that started it, 11 years later, we've got 1,280 public forums where people can talk about everything from politics in the European Union, to motors, to bouncy castles, to mustard. We have a mustard forum. There's an animals and pet issues forum, a digital marketing forum, a PR forum. There's loads of forums. Well, there's 1.7 million people visiting us a month at the moment. In terms of the Irish sites that get the most traffic, it goes RTE.ie, the Irish Times, us. So we're very big, and we're not a commercial venture as such. It's more about getting people talking. We get people talking. So yes, people talk about brands, and brands come on and they try and either defend themselves or run promotions or competitions and everything like that, which would be fine, except it's the equivalent of somebody going into your house and interrupting a conversation you are having, saying, buy my stuff. That's not something that happens. Boards is, I suppose, one of the biggest proponents of permission-based marketing and opt-in marketing that there can be. We're very protective of our members. Our members are very protective of their site. They want things done a certain way. So we've always had great advertising. I mean, the banner advertising and such on Boards has phenomenally higher click-through rates than industry standards, just simply because of the sheer amount of people coming to it. But there's also the opportunity for brands to get involved, either by talking to the people who are talking about them, or telling people about, look, I know you're interested in this, you might be interested in this. So what we're going to do is we're going to run a competition, give you the offer, give you the chance to try it out or whatever. So really, I suppose, the big thing about Boards, from a commercial brand point of view, Boards is a big shopping centre. It's a big shopping centre you've never been in before. When you walk through the doors of any shopping centre, there's certain things that you want to know. Where the information desk is, where the ATM is, where the toilets are, and then what shops are there. So when somebody walks through the doors of Boards.ie, they're kind of going, okay, well, I have a problem with my phone, so where am I going to go? Oh, look, there's a mobiles and PDA forum there. Oh, and Vodafone have a forum there. So I can go and talk to Vodafone and get advice about what phones I want. Or I want to upload photos to the internet. Where do I go? Big photography forum over here advising me on the best cameras. Oh, and look, Pix.ie have a forum that they're doing. And we've got a number of options, like they're called Talk To forums, where brands can talk to our members and our members can talk to brands. And it's a place for research and promotion and feedback and everything. And to get to those, it's just boards.ie/Talk To forums. If I'm talking in a bad way about your brand, it means I have a problem. If you come along and try and fix my problem, that's great. If you don't, there's an even bigger problem. 2 of the biggest threads, well, actually 3 of the biggest threads on Boards were about specific brands. We'll talk about Complet. Complet launched in the Irish market. And they launched, and people on Boards were using them because it's all geeky technology and all of that kind of stuff. And somebody said, Complet, why are your prices higher in Ireland than they are in the UK. And this debate raged on boards for a while, and a Complet rep came in and they went, oh, that's because of the shipping costs. Yeah, it's because of the shipping costs. The shipping costs are higher, so and boards members went, I don't think that's true. So they went to the shipping company that Complet uses, and they got the dockets to show how much weight that would cost, and said, look, even taking this still into account, you're still not doing it. And Complet did the smartest thing that they could have done. Put their hands up and said, do you know what, we're sorry, we lower our prices, and to thank you for this, we'll give a 10% discount to all boards members. That is still existing, and they still have a great community there. They're still getting a lot of revenue from our site for very relatively little spend, let's say, in advertising terms. ICE Broadband has a forum, has a thread running on boards that's somewhere in the region of 130 pages of complaints, and they haven't engaged. Now, what would you do if you were the marketing manager of ICE Broadband or the customer service manager? You would try and get in there and try and start that. And a big problem that a lot of brand managers or their agencies have is they say, stop the conversation. We do not want this on the internet about us, where in fact they could be going, that's really good feedback. How can we use this, solve the problems and make it better? And let's go back to the whole shop analogy. If you have a shop and somebody comes into you with a complaint, you want to solve that person's problem and send them out the door so that they will say, actually, yeah, I had that problem, I went to the shop, it got fixed, and that's where you can go to get your problem fixed too. There's a big toss-up, and the examples I'm using are both recent but quite old, but I'm seeing certainly in the last year that the way that brands are attacking the internet now, going, we want to sort out your problems. This is what we want to do. And you'll see that on Twitter, on blogs, on boards, and all through Facebook and everything like that. And a lot of people are asking, is it worth actually, responding? I'm opening myself up here. I'm losing control of my brand. They could say anything. And the opportunity there is to get them to say anything good about you. And if you want to do that, provide a good service.